very good news. Pfizer vaccine, which you know is the only vaccine with full authorization from FDA, that's the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, is now available right here in the country and will immediately be deployed to regional stores and health facilities due to its stringent storage requirements. This comes at a time when the rate of COVID-19 infections in the country, we'll be telling you next about them, stands at 5.9%. Our health and science reporter Beldin Waliaula with the details.
The fourth type of COVID-19 vaccine is now in the country. 795,000 doses of Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine landed on Friday out of the expected 2.03 million doses of the Pfizer from the government of the United States and the COVAX facility.
As you may recall, we have been preparing very hard as a Ministry of Health to ensure that our deployment plan is speaking and also takes into account the different characteristics of the different types of vaccines that we are receiving.
This shipment, which contains 795,600 doses, follows the recent U.S. government donation of Moderna vaccines and is part of a total donation of 2.03 million Pfizer vaccine doses. The vaccines arriving today are the first Pfizer vaccines to arrive in Kenya, and these are the very same safe and effective Pfizer vaccines that have been used to vaccinate millions of people in the United States and around the world.
Pfizer requires ultra-low storage temperatures and extra care. The Ministry of Health says it has trained more than 3,000 health workers who will be engaged in the vaccination process.
Like the other vaccines that we have received before, these vaccines will, as soon as they leave the airport, they will be transported not to the Wakitengela store, but they will now be transported from here and straight to our 9 regional stores.
Unlike other vaccines, these ones will be transported directly to regional stores. Pfizer vaccine will only be distributed to hospitals in the counties which can be able to vaccinate more than 500 people in a week due to vulnerability of the vaccine to avoid wastages.
But it is important to note that with Pfizer, once we have opened them, once you open the Pfizer containers, they cannot be refrozen, they cannot be restored, and therefore, when we store them at the degrees 2 to 8, we must consume them within 28 days.
So far, 3,290,450 doses of vaccines have been administered, with 850,922 people being fully vaccinated, equating to 3.1% of the adult population fully vaccinated. Meanwhile, 444 people have tested positive for COVID-19 out of 7,511 samples tested. 4 deaths were recorded as 119 patients battle for their lives in the ICU. Beldin Waliaula, KTN News.
Still on COVID, if you have been